Greetings, humans. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that jazz. I'm assuming you all had a good Christmas or festive break, or whatever your denomination is. Mine is just more difficult to explain. On my favourite bit of road coming back from a meeting at Alton Hall. Interesting projects for this next couple of months, run up to Easter. From Easter through to sort of summertime. Just it's going to be a quiet invoicing month this month due to December being so quiet. So it's tightening belt time. So if you are following me on the old Faceballs and the Instabollocks, you'll have seen that I was Helen and I were in Cape Town over Christmas. We didn't take the girls with us. It was important for me to take Helen over to meet my family, and it was great. 10 days with my brother and my dad and my stepmom and my brother's family and his wife Cindy and her parents, and we hired a car and we did loads and loads of stuff. So I deliberately didn't do an awful lot of filming, and I don't think I'm going to publish any footage, mainly because I spent a lot of time last year and the year before with this camera. Well, this camera is nearly a year old now. I spent a lot of time with the camera, pointing at stuff and not enjoying my holiday in the present. So it was a conscious effort to have the camera there but not actually use it so much. I took some photos. I actually used the camera to take photographs, which is novel. And it's not a bad, this G7X isn't a bad for taking photographs. So I'd already filmed a sequence for the first one in January, the first shot, the first vlog of 2017, but I didn't like it, so I'm starting again, doing it again. And in that video I did mention something about me wanting to change the way I do my vlogs, have it a bit more dynamic, a little bit more I wanted structure, but I didn't want to go into the whole title sequence and stuff because it takes time. But then I thought, well, that's what makes the videos, the consistency, the sort of title sequence, the bit of music and the funny bit at the end and blah blah blah. So I'm gonna stick to what I know and stick to what's working for me at the moment. Obviously I'm not getting massive viewerships, however it's more of a document. I can remind myself the reason why I'm doing this is to document what's happening. I think on holiday I've decided that I was going to sell the car. So yes, I am selling the Nissan Leaf. I've drafted the article on Auto Trader and I just need a good day now. It's a bit grim out. I'm waiting for a good day now to take the photographs. We'll clean it and de-child the inside, but I need to get it sold. For the simple fact that today it's 9 degrees. Last week it was -1, and when it was -1, I could get on a full charge. I could get Mia from the house to school, and I could get back home again on one charge. Right. So in summer I can normally do 1.5 trips on one charge, or one trip and then it would charge fully by the time I have to set off again to go fetch her. And we're talking about a 55 mile round trip. Because it's colder, the batteries don't last as long. This morning I had a full charge. I went and dropped her at school. On the way back I stopped at Alton Hall for my meeting, and now I'm on the way back, and now I'm like 5 or 6 miles from the house, and I've got 17 miles left in the tank, 3 bars. Whereas in summer I would have 6 bars left. So the winter's having a massive effect on the battery, which, if it was still living in the centre of Wakefield, wouldn't be so bad, because I'm, you know, to pick Mia up and what have you, it's only 4 miles, whereas now it's a 30-40 mile round trip, or a 50 mile round trip, 25 miles each way. So it's becoming a little bit more dicey as to whether I'm there's not enough in the tank for a contingency. If there was a detour now on 3 bars and I had to go, like, you know, a 2-day camel ride east to go around to get back to the house, it'd be dicey. And likewise on the morning, you know, if the motorway is blocked or something, it's a little bit dicey, and it's a little bit sketchy as to whether I'm going to make it or not, and I'm worried that it's going to let me down now that I live further out, you know, in the sticks. So I need to start thinking about something a bit more conventional. I don't know what I'm getting at. Well, I do, but I'm not saying. And it's by no means going to be extravagant. It's going to be very functional, you know, in the matrix of needs and wants type of thing. I'm going to try and find a nice balance that doesn't sort of massage the ego too much, keeping it true to my sort of, you know, don't buy for ego, but also tick the boxes as to the functionalities that we need as a family. We have a 4-wheel drive, we have an estate, so I can't drive the 4-wheel drive because it's very uneconomical. Helen needs the estate to go up to work at Newby Hall, where her offices are. Again, she doesn't take the 4x4 because it's not economical, and it's only really there for weekends and towing the horse and taking the dogs through mud and whatnot, and if it snows ever. So, you know, got the 4-wheel drive, got the estate, so the next thing is a 2-seater something. So we'll see. So I need to now wait for a good day, get the car clean, get it photographed, get it sold, and then we'll take it from there as to what I get. I don't know. By doing so, it will allow me to venture further afield in my day-to-day sort of workings. I'm finding I need to travel further afield. I want to start doing some networking meetings, and I want to be able to go and meet up with people after dropping Mia off at school. But I can't, because the charge stations now start charging you £6 for a 20-minute charge, which, I've done the maths, it brings it pretty much close to owning a car, filling up with petrol. So I'm pissed off that it's no longer going to be a cheap car to run if I start charging at cars, at the charge stations. You know, my time versus the cost it costs to charge up versus the convenience of filling up with petrol and just going. So my endeavour with electric cars is by no means at an end. I will pick it up as soon as, obviously, finances and business picks up. I can afford and justify a better electric car, such as a Tesla, with a better range. But for now, I think I'm going to have to retire the idea of electric. It served its purpose well. I've loved it. It's the best car I've ever driven. Best car, well, not the best car I've ever driven, but the best car I've ever owned, because of the feeling you get, the feeling of sort of driving on all electric, very futuristic, and the cost, how cheap it is, etc. So I think it's important that I maintain that feeling, and this is why I'm trying to sort of hark back to cars that I had when I was younger as options for the replacement of this, because I'm trying to recapture that feeling of the love of driving and just getting something special for me and for Helen and for the family. So with that said, I would like to bid you a good day, and hopefully I can keep up with this vlogging. It's I need to keep this on because I've lost track with it. So yeah, sorry if I bored you this one. This isn't a very exciting first one of the year, but I will endeavour to do my best to entertain. Feel free to click thumbs up or thumbs down, and comment if you want to see more stuff about what I'm doing. I do want to do more stuff on design. I've got a few other little projects that I want to do. I want to dismantle. I realize I have loads of watches. I've got tons and tons of watches, and I think I want to film me destroying them, taking them apart with a real sort of ham-fisted way of, you know, find out the inner workings of really cheap, shitty watches. I have a pile of them, so I want to do that. Anyway. Alright, well, take it easy and stay safe and don't forget to love each other. Ciao!